Okay, great. So, very good afternoon, all of you. So, yesterday, if I'm not wrong, we have started with Hibernate. Long way back, we have started. And yesterday, we have created some program and executed as well. All of you are executed. All of you are getting the output. How many of you are not getting the output? Raise your hands. How many of you are getting the output? Raise your hand. Okay, what about you? Three, not three, two. Getting, not getting. Have you not coded? Haven't coded. Why? No muhurta. Huh? You have to show me, right? What is that error? Today you saw. Good. What about there? Why? You haven't executed? Why? Tell me, is it very difficult? It's very easy. Thing is, you have to play with the objects. Everything will get reflected in your database. It's very easy, and I'm telling you, it's not like your code Java, wherein simply you listen and you not code. Maybe in code Java, if you simply come and listen, something you'll understand okay. When it comes to frameworks and especially your advanced Java classes, you have to practice. That is the only way. If you're not practicing. Okay, so first rank. You did not came today? Ravi. Is he not there? Okay, great. So let us continue. And yesterday I've given you an assignment as well. One assignment I have given. What is that assignment? So let me get something for you. And what is that if you ask me? Let me show this to you. Let me get my workbench. And where is your workbench, sir? Here we go. So let me click on this, and we have already created one database, that is Hyper. Great. So inside this I've created one table. Which table? Employee. So inside this I'm having some data. Let me display that. This is how the data is. And I've told you something. And what is that, sir, if you ask me? What I told? What was the assignment I've given yesterday? You have to update, correct? So whom you have to update? So salary you have to update. So what is the condition? Okay, if the salary is greater than 30,000. Was that the question? Great. If it is more than 30,000, you have to increase the salary by 5,000. How many of you did it? Raise your hands. Raise your hands properly. Okay, what about rest? Are you facing any problem there? You are facing the problem. Okay, anyhow. So let us do this, and after that we'll continue to our next program. What is that, sir? His salary is more than 30,000, so his salary should get updated to 5,000 extra, means his salary should get 50,000 at the end of my program execution. Okay, sir, how can I do it? So to code this, I need my Hibernate, and let me get my Hibernate for you. Where is Hibernate, sir? Let me get it. You can notice I have created one Maven project known as Hibernate 1. If you want to simply create one dynamic web project or simply Java project, you have to add a lot of jar files there, and so many things are there. So that's the beauty of your Maven tool, that all of these adding jars and everything, it will be taken care. That is why I'll prefer to use Maven project, not only for Hibernate, for Springs as well. So maybe for Hibernate, some 2 dependencies are there. But when you go to Springs, there are many dependencies. So I don't want to take care of them by just adding that physically. Instead of that, Maven should only do all of that. Maven, good tool to go. So I've created one Maven project with the name Hibernate 1. Let me click on it. And you can notice there we have pom.xml, wherein all the dependencies you have added. I need Hibernate, all those classes, methods, interfaces. With regard to Hibernate, I should get it. I'm getting it by adding the dependency like this. So now you are speaking with the database. If you are speaking with the database, you need the driver class as well. So that driver class, where it is present in MySQL connector, you added that dependency as well. Good. So pom.xml, there is no problem. So let me proceed further to the next one. What is that, sir? If you ask me, let me show you. we have the very important settings should be made. So this is how the settings I have created. So I have explained already what is the meaning of this, and you guys came with a lot of questions telling that, sir, error, not here, maybe error, like that. Correct? See, when this happens, if you look here, this is the code, same code. You also written the same code. What is this problem? See, whatever the Hibernate we are using here, so this is the Hibernate which is studying Hibernate. Means this is not a deployable Hibernate. Because if I have to deploy the project using Hibernate, then you have to purchase those Hibernate files. For that you have to give the money. So now we are learning, we are studying. So all of these Hibernate is for learning purpose. So sometimes there will be some bugs, that is why it will happen. What you should do, very simple. You select this entire thing. Before that, you should see Hibernate configuration, session factory, these are the two tags opened. Your responsibility is to close them. You should see, have you closed them or not? You should come here down, you have closed. No problem there. Next what you should do is, oh, there is no problem, but then also error persists again. You have to copy this entire code, Control A, Control X, Control V, that is what you should do. It will work. But if it is not working, next option is you have to create a brand new project and do it, because there is no problem with the code. The problem with this Hibernate. Well, that is why you have to create a brand new project and you have to do one more time. And again, if the same thing is there, you should think that there is no error, even though there is an error. And you have to execute it. When you do that, then also you will get the output. Output you will get. Here, how many of you got the red lines everywhere? And then also you are getting the output. How many of you are there? See, this is the result. So whenever you get the red lines here, please ignore, no problem. But what you should understand is, what is the meaning of this? Sensing this much? Great. So this is the configuration file, very important file. That also it should be having. And after that, I have to create one class, and already I have created. And what is the name of the class, sir? Employee. Why you created employee, sir? Because employee I am speaking about. I am storing the employee data. I am inserting the employee data. I am updating the employee data. That is why employee class I have created. And who is he, sir? If you ask me, he is just a simple Pojo class there. And you should be very, very careful when you are giving these annotations. Because of these annotations only, you are doing the mapping with the table and your object. Understanding? Great. So this is your employee class, and now all of the triggering point means how Hibernate should put the data. This is where you have given it. And this was my last program wherein this is what you have written. If this fellow executes, what you will get as the output? This is like a select query there. You will get all the details which is there in the table. Am I correct? Great. So now let me execute this and see what output I will get now. If in case I save this and execute it in this fashion, let us see what output I will get. So you can notice there, whatever the details I am having in my table, all the details I am getting it. You can see. Now what I should do, I should change the salary. Whose salary I should change, sir? Let me tell you. What you should do is, a person who is having the salary more than 30,000, his salary should be increased to 5,000. Means his salary should become 50,000. You ignore Hibernate. You tell me how you will write a query here. How you will write? How you will write a query? Yes. What you are doing here now? You are updating that row. Correct? Or you are updating the table. Tell me what a query you will write. Very good. So this is what you will tell. You will tell update. Update what? Update what? Very good. You have to tell the table name. What is the table name? employee. So you should tell it as employee like this. Yesterday I've told this already, correct? Oh, it's not visible. Okay, I've told this already, but then also, so many of you haven't done. It's my duty to do it once again. Update employee. Then what you should do? Set. Very good. Set what? Very good. Salary. After that, equal to. Then, very good. So you should tell it as salary plus 5,000. Great. After that, where. Awesome. Where? Very good. So where salary equal to how much? Okay, so greater than. Awesome. So salary is greater than how much? 30,000. So this is the SQL query. Now I have to tell the same query. Is this correct? Yes or no? See, you can't expect me to teach your SQL now. You should be knowing it before itself. And especially for Hibernate, maybe at this point of time, you should be knowing the queries. The next concept what I'm teaching, mapping, you should be knowing joins there. Joins. What is foreign key? What is primary key? How to relate between two database tables. Everything you should be knowing. If you know it, good, come to the class. If you don't know it, it's better you sit in your home itself, because anyhow you will not understand. Joins, is it taken in the class? How many joins you have learned? Huh? You know what is the meaning of joins? Yes? Great. That is sufficient, but database knowledge is very important here. What's this? See, whatever I have written here, this fellow, I call it as SQL query. The same query, if I have to put it in the Hibernate, you should tell it as HQL like this. What is HQL, sir? How to tell it? Whatever SQL is there, you convert it to him. Question is, how can I do it? Very simple. Watch it. In HQL also, you should tell the same update. In SQL, update. In HQL, update. Now, employee is there. You please tell employee. But when it comes to Hibernate, you should be using the reference there. So I should use what? E. And after that, see one extra E you are adding here. After that, what is there? Set. Great. Let me tell set like this. And after that, salary is there. You should not tell salary. Instead, what you should tell? E dot salary like this. Equal to. When you are using salary there, you should tell it as what? E dot salary plus 5,000. Everything is same. But wherever salary is there, you should tell E dot salary. And after that, where? Next is what? Salary. So now let me tell there where first. How you will tell it, sir? Like this. Where? Where what, sir? Salary, you should not tell it like that. Then what should I tell, sir? You should tell it as E dot salary. After that, what, sir? After that, there is a greater than. Tell there greater than. Greater than what, sir? 30,000. So please tell that 30,000 like this. Understanding? So what is this? This is your HQL. See, what you should understand, my dear students, is this. When you look at MySQL or SQL, this fellow, we call it as table name. Very good. What is this salary? Very good. This is column like this. What about this salary? Very good. This is column. Very good. What about this salary? This is column once again. But when it comes to Hibernate, you don't know the MySQL. You ignore. But what you should be knowing, Java is very much required. Whatever employee you are telling here, this one, this is not a table. Then what is this, sir? This is an object like this. And whatever E dot salary you are telling there, this is not your column. Then who is he? He is an instance variable. You can also call him as an attribute. You can also call him as field like that. Understanding? Great. In the same way, it holds good for him as well. E dot salary is what, sir, if you ask me? Again, he is what? Instance variable. In the same way, E dot salary, what is that, sir, if you ask me? It is instance variable, my dear students. So this is very much required, and you should be knowing what is the difference between HQL and SQL. Any doubt in this? Great. Now, whatever the query I have written here, the same query, let me put it here. And how will put it, sir? SQL, I will remove. What I need? HQL. So let me take him. Good. Let me reduce the size of him. Awesome. And let me put him at one corner of my screen. And let me get my program now. Where is your program, sir? Here. What you will do now, sir? What's this? You have to change some statements. What is that? Whatever these statements are there, you should not touch them. Then what you will do, sir? Whatever these two statements are there at this point of time, don't touch it. Then what I should change? These lines you should change. This is the code I have written to get all the data. But I don't want to get all the data. Instead, I want to update. To update, you should not tell this. Then what should I tell, sir? Watch it. Now, as you know, my dear students, that since we have a table, this is the table. I'll just show it to you like this. And to this table, there is one guy interacting with. Who is that, sir? Who is he? He is a session. And this session in Hibernate is famously known as an interface between what, sir? Hibernate and your database. That is why it is known that way. Now tell me, I want to update the table. Who is interacting with your table? Session. You tell him session. Very good. Dot. Now you want the multiple data there. If you want the multiple data, you should not tell get. If you want one data, which is the method? Get. If you want multiple data, if you want to update multiple data, if you want to delete multiple data there, then you have to tell one method. Which method? Create query, and that is what I am telling it. Create query. And again I repeat, the difference between create query and get. You want to change or you want to play with only one row, get is a go-to guy. You want to play with the multiple rows in the table, then create query is a go-to guy. Understanding? Great. Now let me come there and I have to create a query. How will create, sir? Within double quotes, I will tell there something. What you will tell, sir? You should tell there this one. What is that, sir? So there it is visible for you. I will tell it as update. What do you want to update, sir? Employee, like this. You give the reference. What is the reference? E. And after that you should tell what? Set. After that E dot. E dot what? Salary. So I will just tell E dot salary. And after E dot salary, what is there? Equal. So let me tell equal. Let me tell it. And after that, what is there? E dot salary. Very good. E dot salary plus. Plus what, sir? 5,000, like this. And after that space, and you can notice there, you have something known as where as well. I will tell where. Where what? Very good. So you should tell it as E dot salary. Next what you should tell? Is greater than. Greater than what? 30,000. And let me tell it like this, in this fashion. So when your query is ready, the meaning of this is you are putting this thing inside him. Next what you will do, sir? This fellow will return me something. What he will return, sir? Tell me, create query, return me what? Return me what? Return me one object. Which object is that, sir? Which object is that? It has returned me query object. Very good. So that I will collect it, and how will collect it, sir? Like this I will collect it. Query, and I want to give a reference as what? Query there. So it is already imported. That is why it is not showing me any error. Next what you will do, sir? Watch it. What I will do? I will tell query dot. Dot what, sir? Now tell me what you are doing here. Are you getting the data? Are you deleting the data, or what you are doing? You are updating. When you are updating the table, there is one method. What is the name of the method? execute update like this. So now if you look here, the return type is what? Integer. Means how many rows have changed, that rows he will give me the count. Understanding? Great. So now let me hit enter. When I do that, 100% he will give me something that I will collect it. Where I should collect it, sir? I should collect it inside n, and what type it is? Integer. I want to know that how many rows are updated. So I'll just print n there like this. So this is my program for updation, and let me see how this will work. Any doubt in this? No doubt. If in case I save it and execute it, this is the output. And if you look there, it is telling something. What it is telling? So now 100% your code is not working, and you should see why your code is not working. If you look here, there is an exception. In which thread? In main thread. And what is that? If you ask me, you can notice there, transaction required exception. What do you mean by this? It is trying to tell that to update, first itself you have to begin the transaction. That is what it is trying to tell you. If you want to read this properly, you can scroll it, and 100% you can read this. But in a simple terms, if I have to tell you, what's this? Whenever you tell execute update, before only this execute update, you have to begin the transaction. But what you are doing here? First you are updating, and after that you are beginning the transaction. That is the exception it is giving me. Understanding? Now what I should do, sir? Before you execute this line, take this statement and put this before this line. That's it. Really, sir? Let me show you. What I will do is, I will take this line. Good. I will cut it. Maybe I will put it before this line number 21. I will put it here like this. So now there is no change. Let me see, at least now, will it work or not? If in case I save it and execute it, you have this. And what is that, sir, if you ask me? Now tell me, how many rows are getting updated? 2 rows are getting updated. So let me see what are the 2 rows. Let me come here. Awesome. And now if you look here, there is 2 people. Who are those? Who are those? This fellow and this fellow. Have they got updated? Have they got updated? No. I have to refresh it. Good. So now let me refresh it. And how you will do it, sir, if you ask me? Let me come here and refresh it. When you do that, it got updated there. If you look, there are 2 rows which were having more than 30,000. They got updated to 5,000 extra. Sensing this much? Yes or no? So this is update. Quite an easy one. But you have learned a new topic. What is that? It tells that whenever you are telling updation or deletion, first you have to begin the transaction, and then only you have to update it and delete it. So this you should be careful. Sensing this much? Great. So now let us go for the next expectation. What is the next expectation, sir? This is my expectation. Now what should I do is, there are departments are there. Which are those departments, sir? IT as well as HR. Now I want to delete such people whose department is HR. I want to delete them. Why HR only you want to delete? Sir, see, I am an IT guy. IT I want to keep. HR I want to remove. Okay, sir. How you will remove it, sir? If you have to remove it, you have to write your Hibernate code. Is it difficult, sir? Absolutely no. Damn easy. Then what you will do, sir? Watch it. Let me come here. Now what you should do is, you have to write one query here. What query? Delete query. Now tell me, my friends, from yesterday's class, am I changing anything in POM, in configuration, in employee? No. Where you are changing? That to here, you are not changing all the statements. This fellow is known as configuration setup. In configuration setup, there is no change at all. And after that, your transaction is beginning and committing. But where is the change here? Query writing. That is where the change is. That much simple your Hibernate is. Good. Now tell me, are you updating now? You are deleting. So now I have to take the delete query and put it here. That's it. When you do that, same program, it will execute properly. Really, sir? Let me show you. The students who haven't got the output for this, what was the problem you were facing? Huh? Transaction thing. Correct? Now you got to know? Okay, beautiful. So now let me proceed further, and now let us do something now. What do you want to do, sir? I want to delete something. And how to delete, sir? You should tell a delete query there. Tell me how you'll write a delete query. Very good. So you should tell it as delete. Let me tell delete. After that? Very good. So delete from. Then? Very good. So you should tell it as employee, employee. Great. Then? Where. Awesome. Then? Where what? Department. Very good. Department equals to HR. Beautiful. This is the one? Great. This is the one. Am I correct? Awesome. What is this? See, again, I'm telling you, if you don't know queries, I can't help. You should be knowing because it is already completed. So this is my 100% SQL query. Now, if I have to put the same thing in my program, then SQL is not permitted. Then what is permitted? Hibernate query language, HQL. Now, SQL I have to convert into HQL. How can I do it? Very simple. What's this? Delete, you should tell it delete again. From, you should tell from. Employee is a table, but this is Hibernate, means Java. So in Java, you should tell the object name. Tell me which object you want to delete? Employee object. Employee object. So in Java, for an object, you should have a reference. I will tell E. And I will tell it as where. Where what, sir? Department. Very good. Department equal to HR. But there is a twist. What is that twist? Department, you should tell it as what? E dot department, like this. Understanding? Great. So now if you look here, this employee is what? It's the table name. What are the employee you see it here? This is what? This is an object. Very good. What is this department? This is column. Very good. And what is this E dot department? It is an instance variable. So this you should be very careful, like this. Please go, man. HR we are about to delete. He got HR. Okay, anyhow. So great. Everyone can look at here. Thank you so much. Now, this is the HQL query and I have to put it there. That much simple it is, and let us see how this will work. Let me get my program. The same query I should put it. So for that I need HQL query. It's not visible to you, I know. So what I will do is, I will decrease the size of him. Good. I will decrease the size. I will resize it. I will take him and put him here, like this. Awesome. Now, let me come here and what or where I should make the change. Tell me where I should make the change in this program. First of all, tell me, should you change anything here? No. Should you change anything here? No. Should you change anything here? No. Where I should change? Launch. And that too in the launch, you should not change these statements. Then what should I change? Here, this fellow, you should change some lines. Now tell me what you are writing here or what you are doing here. You are deleting. When you are deleting, is it one row you are deleting or multiple rows? Multiple rows means which method you should use? Create query. And previously you guys understood that whenever you update or whenever you delete, first you have to begin the transaction. That is why I am just beginning the transaction first, and after that I am creating a query, and inside this I should put a query now. What query you will put, sir? HQL query I should put, and let me see how can I put it. How will you put it, sir? Let me take this entire query and let me delete it. I will tell it as delete. Very good. You can tell it as small as well. No problem. Great. After delete, what you should tell there? From. From what? Employee. Very good. You should give the reference. E. After that, what you should tell? Very good. So I will tell it as where. Where what? So E dot. E dot what, sir? Department. Equal to. Equal to what? HR. So I'll just tell it as HR like this. Understanding? Great. So now you have a query, and now you are taking this query and putting it somewhere. Where you are putting it, sir? Inside the session. You are telling, hey session, there is one query, I am telling it to you, please do this for me. So the session, it will take this query and it will give a query object. And now using this query object, you are telling, you please execute whatever the query you have. And 100% if it is literally executing or if it is deleting, he will give me the number of rows he is deleted. Tell me, when you are deleting and updating in JDBC, have you used the same method or different method? Have you told execute update for updation? Execute delete for deletion? No. For updation and deletion, the same method, the same thing I am doing. Understanding? Great. So after that, you are printing how many rows are deleted. That's it. Let me see how this will work. Are you guys ready? Great. If in case I save it and execute it, this is what the output I am getting. What I am getting, sir, if you ask me, you have a beautiful, beautiful thing known as exception. Sir, exception is good thing for you? Yes. People tell that beauty is there in the people's eyes. Maybe for you, it is an exception, that is why it is not beautiful. But for me, it is beautiful. Because errors and exceptions will teach you 100 lessons. But when you get the output there, maybe it will teach you some 1 or 2 lessons. But errors and exception, thousands lesson it will teach you. So now, there is an exception means it is teaching me something. Let me see what it want to teach me. It is telling me something. What is that, sir? It is telling that it is an illegal argument exception. And it is trying to tell you something as well. What is that? Could not interpret path expression HR like this. Great. Now the thing is, I have to overcome this. How to overcome this? Tell me, what should I do there? What should I do? Very good. Whatever this HR is there, you have to put it within single quotes, and that is what I am doing there. If I do this, let me see what output I will get. If in case I execute it in this fashion, you can see how many rows got deleted? 2 rows got deleted. Means, are you guys understanding the beauty of him? Single quotes, full errors or exceptions. That is the beauty of frameworks. But you should be knowing that why it is, and you should be able to solve it. Great. So now let me see what output you got. I have to go to the table. Let me come here and let me update this. When you do that, you can see 2 rows are getting deleted. You have only 1 row remaining. Understanding? Tell me, multiple rows got deleted, 1 row. Multiple rows, that is why I am using their create query method. Understanding? Great. So with this, you have done a lot of programs on the CRUD operations. Now using all of this knowledge, you can play with the table. You can insert 1 row, you can insert multiple row, you can update 1 row, you can update multiple row, you can delete 1 row, you can update multiple, you can delete multiple rows as well. Now it is there in your hand. You can play with that. Understanding? Great. Again, I am telling you, if I am coding 1 program, how many programs you should code? 10 programs. Then only you can master this. I am telling you. Sir, 1 program you will code, sir. Half program I will code, sir. Will it be great? God should only save you. So make sure you practice. Practice is the only way. And again, I am telling you, If you look at the companies which are coming for TAP Academy, if 100% of the companies are coming, out of 100%, some 92 to 95% of the companies will ask you the knowledge on what? Core Java, SQL and programming. And that is why the employability test what we are giving, we are not giving on advanced Java, we are not giving you the frameworks, we are giving you only on Core Java, MySQL and your programming. That is why if you have all of this in your resume and if you know all of this knowledge, let me tell you, your probability of getting into the company will drastically increase. No sir, I don't know all of this, no problem, but at least Core Java, programming and MySQL, you should have a good hold. And I know that all of you started to apply for the companies. This is a wrong question. Have you started to apply for the companies? You have applied. Great. So please apply it. And if you're facing any issues regarding any companies, you should make sure that come and meet the trainer or meet the placement team. Sir, I have attended 10 companies, sir. 10 also I got rejected. You should tell me why you're getting rejected. There is some problem in your aptitude skills, in your technical skills, in your programming skills. You have to do it, then only you'll get the result. So recently, one of the students got placed for EPAM company. For how much package, sir? 8 lakh per annum. Is he from this class? He's from July batch, is it? Okay. 8 lakh per annum. If you go and ask him that what questions are being asked, we have already collected the questions from him, that what questions are being asked in the interview. These are the questions and you'll get shocked. 8 lakh per annum means what questions will come in your mind, that what questions that interviewer might ask him. What do you think? Oh, full frameworks, full problem solving, correct? REST API, microservices and all of this? No. I will tell you the questions are being asked. Explain OOPS concepts. What do you know about OOPS? 4 pillars of object orientation, please explain. Collections, what you know, explain. How you will sort the objects using comparable and comparator. Have you done this in the class? Maybe I haven't taught you. Is your Core Java trainer taught you? What is comparator, comparable? And comparable and comparator is used to sort the complex objects, correct? Now the problem given to him was, you have a student objects there, store it inside one list or a set or anything, list especially. So now what you should do is you have to sort based on the age. The same program, I think you have done this, correct? This is the program is being asked. And after that, some questions on MySQL, some programming questions, very simple one, arrays and strings. And after that, some puzzles are being asked. What is that puzzles? They'll ask you logical questions, not with regard to technical. Simple logical questions they will ask. You should be able to answer. Some puzzles they will ask. You should be able to answer. Sudoku, that thing, you know, in the paper you'll get at one sheet, correct? So there, okay, I will give this, what will happen? So puzzles are being asked there. At the end, what is the package is getting? 8. JDBC also did not ask. That much simple the interviews are. The thing is, you should be really, really perfect. And it's not only technical perfection, it's about your confidence as well. I know that some of you are really, really awesome in technical. You will be like, give me the project, sir, I will do like this. You give me any questions, sir, I will do like this. But when it comes to interviews, you know, something will happen to you. I don't know what is that. What will happen? Full pressure. Oh, this is interview. Will I get selected or not? And there's full pressure on you that, hey, I have to get selected. Full nervousness. When you go and sit in front of the interviewer there, whatever is there in your mind, all of that you cannot express. Why? Nervousness, full of pressure. That's what one fine day I was telling something, to your friend itself that, see, this life is so temporary, you know, you cannot even imagine. And when you die, I'm telling you the reality, when you die, people will not even remember for a month, 1 month or 2 months, they'll not remember. How the time goes on, you know, 1 year, 2 years, who are you? You still exist there? No, gone. That much the life the temporary is. And now you are taking so seriousness that you're shaking in front of the interviewer. Why you have to become this serious? You should go full of confidence, you should speak. Whether you get selected or not getting selected. Will you be like, hey, if you will not get selected, I will take one long and I will kill you. Will interviewer will tell like that? Will he tell like that? No. You should tell like this, that if you are not getting placed to that company, hey, how unlucky is the company that the company did not recruited me. This is how you should think. Learn all the mistakes what you have committed there. Go to the next company and whatever the mistakes you have committed in this previous company, don't commit the same mistake. That is how the placement is done. And I am telling you, my friends, I don't know why this generation you made getting placement so complicated, I don't understand. Aptitude you should do every day, 15 to 20. Technical, whatever I teach and whatever it's being taught previously, you should be knowing. Third one, good communication skills. What skills? Some British English, some American accent, Australian accent, not required. Whatever you speak, the other person who is there at that end, he should be able to understand your English. And whenever you're speaking that English, you should speak in a good, confident way. That's it. You'll get placed, I'm telling you. And you can literally ask them, this is the salary what I want, if your confidence is that level. But it's such an irony that people lack in confidence. Even though you have a knowledge, you lack. And I don't understand why is that. Again, I'm telling you, this life is so temporary, you can't even imagine. Maybe now you'll not get it, in the next coming days you'll get it. That's why, no seriousness, nothing. You go there, calmness, you know all the technical knowledge, you give the answers, you'll get selected, or number two, you'll not get selected, that's it. If it is not getting selected, how company the unlucky is, that's it. Move to the next company. So this is how your approach should be. Great. Awesome. So this is all about your beautiful CRUD operations. Let me proceed further to the beautiful next concept. And if you ask me, what is that beautiful next concept? That is what I'm showing you. What's this? See, till now, what we did is this. We have created one database like this. Good. And we have created one table as well. Which table we have created, sir? So this table, I call it as employee, like this. Good. And we have so many columns, we know. And whatever we have done now, we are interacting with only one table. But now, I want to interact with the multiple tables now. Multiple tables. And that is why this database what I am using is MySQL. And MySQL is known as what? Is it known as DBMS or RDBMS? RDBMS means relational database, meaning what? There is a relationship between the tables. And how the Hibernate will handle the multiple tables here is what we have to understand. And the Hibernate playing with the multiple tables, we call with a name, and that name is known as what? Mapping, like this. It is mapping. Okay, sir, what is mapping then? Please watch it. What I will do, in my database with the name Hiber, I will not create one table. Instead, I will create one table like this, and I will give one name to it. And what name you want to give for him, sir? I want to give one name as customer. Already employee is there. I don't want to give customer. And inside the customer table, what I want to do is, where it went? It's here. What I want to do is, I want to create there maybe two columns like this. One column should 100% should have this. What is that? ID. ID it should have. Next, what you should have, sir? I want name as well. Next, what you want, sir? Now tell me, this customer table or customer is having only ID and name? No. He's having something as well. What is having? Let me take this table out and do it. He's having something as well, and what is that, sir? If you ask me, let me increase this table. Awesome. So, oh, beautiful. Looking like a bullet, but it's not a bullet. Awesome. So let me increase the table here. This is how the table looks like. Good. So what I will do, I will increase the number of columns, and 100%, this is my next column. And what is this column name, sir? If you ask me, I want to store the email ID of this customer as well. Email ID. It's not only the email ID, I want to store there maybe the address as well. Very good. It's not only the address, I want to store his phone number as well. I'll just tell it as phone number in this fashion, like this. So if you look here, who is he, sir? If you ask me, he is just one table. But what I want to do is, I want to split this information. What is that? What I want to do is, instead of creating all this information in one table, I will divide all this information into two tables now. What do you mean, sir? Whatever ID is there and whatever name is there, I will take him as one table like this. Good. And this table, I'll put it inside the database. And now whatever this table you have, what this table we have this. I will create one more table like this, and this table will be having certain columns. And what are the columns, sir? So these are the columns to start with. It is having what? Email ID. Beautiful. Next, what it is having? It is having address. Very good. Address. And after that, what it is having? Phone number. And that phone number, I will tell it like phone, like this. And this is the fellow, I want to take him and put him inside the database. And that is what I am showing you like this. Two tables you have. Sir, you can do it here only. No, sir, I can do it, but I have to explain how this mapping is done. That is why the same information only, but with the help of two tables. Understanding? Great. So if you look here, this table is having ID. ID is very, very important. But if you come here, this table don't have any ID. So this fellow also, I will give there something. And what you want to give, sir, if you ask me, I will give their ID like this. And what is the ID, sir? This is the ID I want to give. Great. Let me come to this table. And for this table, I will give ID as the primary key. Let me come here, and for this ID, I want to give it as the primary key. I'll just put a star there, primary key. Okay, sir, next what you will do? What's this? Now I want to insert the data inside this. How you will insert the data inside this, sir? Watch it. I want to insert the ID as 1. Maybe I'll tell it like this. There is one customer. This is the customer. And this customer is having ID. What is the ID? 1. Is having the name. What is the name? Rajkumar. Good. He is having email ID as well. What is the email ID? Rajkumar@gmail.com. Very good. He is having address as well. What is the address? I'll just tell it as BTM like this. And he's having phone number as well, some random phone number. I'm just telling it, this is the random phone number like this. So who is he? He is the customer. And all of this customer information, I have to put it in my database. I have to store all this information permanently in my database. The question is, how can I do it? Now tell me, all of this information, can I put it only in this table? Can you do that? You cannot do. Why, sir? Because what he can hold is ID and the name. But I want to store there his email ID, his address, his phone number. So email ID, address, phone number, where you can store? You can store it here. Understanding? Great. Okay, sir. What you will do now? What's this? What I will do is, I will give their ID as 1. ID as well, because ID is 1. What is his name? Raj Kumar, like this. Good. Rajkumar. Awesome. Next is what? Email ID. Where is email ID? Email is here. So now that rajkumar@gmail.com should come and sit somewhere. Where it should come and sit, sir? It should come and sit in the email. So I'll just tell it as rajkumar@gmail.com. It should come here. Address BTM, it should come here. Phone number, it should come and sit here. Understanding? Great. Next what, sir? Now you watch this. Tell me, this fellow, you are speaking about the same person only, right? Yes or no? Means now what should I do is, I have to bring the relationship between this information and this information. Where is this information present in? This table. Where is this information present in? In one table. And let me give the name of the table as customer details. Since details is there, I'll just tell it as customer details like this. So now if you look, I have to relate with customer and customer details. I have to relate. How you relate, sir? That is why it is known as relational database, and your Hibernate can do the mapping of this table and the mapping of this table. He can do it. Sensing this much? Great. Okay, sir. How he can map, sir? Forget about Hibernate. How will map two tables in MySQL? How will do? Forget about Hibernate. I'm speaking about your database, relational database. Two tables, how you will relate with each other? How? How? With the help of foreign key. Yes or no? Okay, sir. What you will do, sir, if you ask me, watch it. What I will do is, I will come here and give there something. What you will give, sir? I will give here one extra column like this. And for this column, I will give there one person. Who is he? CID, like this. CID. Or else you can simply tell customer details. You can simply tell CD as well. Oh, how can I remove that I? Okay. Okay. Let it be CID itself. That is just a name. Awesome. Now what you will make this CID as? All of you know database, right? Yes or no? Great. What you will do here, sir, if you ask me, that is what I am showing you. What's this? What I will do is, this CID, I will put some value. What is the value? 101. And whatever the ID is there, 101, I will give it here. 101, 101. Using this 101, I can relate with this row, meaning this table, I can relate with this row, which is nothing but this table. Sensing this much? And who is doing this, or who is relating with this? Because of this number. Who is he? 101. And what is the CID? CID is a foreign key. Sensing what I'm trying to tell? Yes or no? Great. So this is with regard to database. So how to make this relational, means how to put this one here and how to relate these two tables with the Hibernate, we will see. So this is how you will do it in database. Correct? Great. So how to do it in Hibernate? Let me see now. What's this? In Hibernate, if I have to relate two tables, this is one table, this is one more table. I have to bring the relationship between them. And this relationship between them, technically we call it as what? Mapping. And in Hibernate, there are many mappings are there. Different types of mappings are there. What is that? 1-to-1 mapping. There is one more mapping known as what? One-to-many mapping, like this. Not only this, there is something known as many-to-one mapping, and there is one more mapping known as what? Many-to-many mappings. So these are the mappings which are there in the Hibernate. Understanding, and interviews they will ask you, what do you mean by mapping and how many types of mappings are there in Hibernate? What do you mean by mapping? Relating from one table to other table or another table using Hibernate, we call it as what? Mapping. Great. So these are the different types of mappings. And now let us see what is the meaning of this. We will understand first theoretically and let me put them practically. So to start with, 1-to-1 mapping. See, if I speak technically, you'll not understand what is 1-to-1. Let me put it in the form of analogy. How you will do it? What's this? There is one handsome guy, boy. Great. There is a beautiful girl as well. Let me put it here. Good. She's somewhat, let it be. Good. Girl, boy, there is no difference at all. So let me make difference. Girl. Okay. So boy is there and 100% girl is also there. What is 1-to-1? There is one boy. How many girl? One girl. One boy, one girl, and both of them are in deep relationship. What relationship? Deep relationship. Means both are related with each other. And how they are related, sir? One boy, one girl. This is how their relation is. Understanding this much? Very good. So this is known as what? 1-to-1. Let me proceed further, and there is something as well. What is that, sir? 1-to-many. Some of you already started to laugh. Very good. Now 100% there is the same boy. Good. And there is a girl as well. But let me tell you here, there is no one girl, but instead, you can have more than one, not you. I'm giving an example there. Good. So there are a total of how many girls are there? 3 girls. Means there is one boy. And how many girls are there, sir? Girl 1, good. Girl 2, good. Girl 3. 3 girls are there. This boy, is a badmash. This boy is not correct. What this boy is doing is that being relationship with one girl is boring, is what he is thinking. And what he is thinking is the same thing for girls also. You can think it ulta. Okay? Awesome. This boy 1, what he is doing is, he is in relationship with girl 1. At the same time, he is in relationship with girl 2. At the same time, he is in relationship with girl 3 as well. Simultaneously. Some students might be thinking, why are you telling my story, sir? Okay. Anyhow, the same thing here as well. Okay, so this is what? 1-to-many. One person, 3 girls. Good. So let me proceed further. What is next, sir, if you ask me? There is one more guy. Who is he? Many to many. Very good. Many to one. Okay. Many to one. Awesome. Tell me, what is this? 1-to-many. If you look here, this side, 1-to-many. Correct? When you come this side, how many are there? Many are there. Many to one. Meaning what? This girl is in relationship with the same boy. This girl is in relationship with the same boy. And this girl is in relationship with the same boy. Means 1-to-many, many to one, they are same. Understanding? Great. So now, I can give you something here. What is that, sir, if you ask me? The last one, that is many to many. What is this many to many, sir, if you ask me? Let me show you here itself. What is that, sir? There are 3 girls already ready. Good. But there is no one boy. Then how many boys, sir? Boy 1, very good. Boy 2, very good. And what is this? Boy 3 as well. So I'll just tell it as boy 1, great. Boy 2, great. And boy 3. Okay, sir, how this will work? What's this? Boy 1 is in relationship with this girl. And the same boy is in relationship with this girl. Now this girl got to know that he is in relationship one more girl. So what she is thinking is, okay, you are like this, I will show you my capability. So what this girl is thinking is, she will be in relationship with this boy now, like this. And now this boy is thinking that I am in relationship with only that girl. But after some time he got to know that she is in relationship one more boy. Now what he is thinking is, okay, you are doing this, let me show you my capability. And what he will do is, he will be in relationship with one more girl like this. So like this, the mapping is happening. And this is what, sir, if you ask me, what is this? This is many to many, means there are many people are in relationship, many people, that is the meaning. Understanding? Great. So with this analogy, let me go to my database there. And what is that, sir, if you ask me? So this is the database. Let me come here. Okay. So let me start with the first one, and what is that? One-to-one mapping. Let me start with this. Now if you ask me, what is one-to-one mapping with regard to your database or the tables? So this is the analogy I have given. Let me take him and put him there. What's this? We have one table. Good. And this table, I will tell it as customer like this. Good. And this customer is having two things. What is that? ID and name. In the same way, you have one more table there. Which table is this, sir? So this table, I call it as what? Customer details. So I'll just tell it as details like this. And you have all of these columns. I'll just tell it like this. Good. Now you watch this. Whenever you insert the data, say for example, ID you gave, name you gave. When you do that, here also in customer details, only one row is getting inserted. Let me repeat this. This is one table, this is another table. In this table, one row you have inserted. When you insert one row, what will happen there? Only one row will get inserted. If one row is getting inserted here, but two rows are getting inserted, then we call it as what? One to many, like that. Understanding this much? So now, one here you are putting, and one more will come here. And this we call it as what? One-to-one mapping in Hibernate. Means now what I should do is, I should create this table, I should create this table, and now when you insert the data in this table, now one row should get inserted here. That is what I have to achieve. And I should achieve this with the help of what? Hibernate. Understanding? Great. So now let us start building the project. And now let me tell you, my friends, that if you have to understand this, there are certain terms and conditions. What is that, sir? You should be knowing MySQL with full of perfection. You should be knowing. And especially in this, you should be knowing what is foreign key, what is primary key, and all of this you should be knowing. So make sure that if you don't know, you go to your home and revise this. What is the meaning of it? Understanding? Not only this, you should be knowing the joins as well. The entire join, and especially there is one type of join. It is known as what? Inner join. And you should be knowing completely about inner join. Then only you'll understand mapping properly. Understanding? Great. Now, see, before I proceed further, there is something known as directions as well. I'll speak about these directions and then let me go to my practical implementation of this. What is direction? We have mappings as well, and we have seen many mappings. What is that? One to one, one to many, like this we have seen. Good. In these mappings, there is a directions as well. There is a directions. What do you mean? What's this? Say for example, there is a boy. There is a girl. Now, the relationship can be one way, it can be two ways as well. What do you mean, sir? You know all of this better than me. Anyhow, let me come here. Now this boy is having full deep feelings on her. But she is like, don't care to him. Means now the feelings are there only at one end like this. Means this is one to one, but this is only one way love. I will tell it as what? Unidirectional or unidirectional. Very good. There is one to one. One to one means there is the same boy. Good. Oh, girl, right? Girl. Good. There is a girl as well. Beautiful. So now, between them, see here, there is one to one. But here, the direction is two ways. What do you mean, sir, if you ask me? Let me show you. This is the deep feelings from boy towards girl. And the same feelings even the girl is also having on the boy like this. This is a two-way love. That is why we call it as this mapping as one to one, but this is what? Bi-directional one-to-one mapping. Understand? So in interviews they will ask you the directions as well. What is unidirection? What is bi-direction and all of that? The meaning of this, let me tell you here. The meaning is, let me get my table. From there when you insert, only from there, the row is coming here. Correct? Tell me, feelings is coming from only that table towards this table. Now what I want to do is, when you insert the data here, the data should go back there. If the data is not going back there, this is one to one, but this is only unidirectional. But that you insert the data, it will come and sit here. You insert the data there, it will go and sit here. This is a bi-directional one-to-one mapping. Understanding? And all of this I have to achieve using Hibernate. Great. Okay, sir. How you will achieve it, sir, if you ask me? Let me start building my software here. Great. Okay, anyhow, so let me start it. What you will do, sir? Watch it. So what I will do is, or else, if I doing this now only, again I have to repeat on Monday. Okay, anyhow. So I will stop my discussion here itself. So on Monday's class, I will tell you how to do this practically. And this is very easy. Don't think that it's very complicated. Very, very easy. The thing is, you should be knowing what? Core Java knowledge. Two-string overriding. You should be knowing what is polymorphism. You should be knowing pass by reference. If you know all of this, there is nothing in the mapping. Maybe when you look there, one table, there table, Java, can it do it? It can do. Okay. But if I continue here, to write this program, I need minimum 1 hour, even more than that. So for that, if I'm continuing now for maybe another 20 minutes, it will be half. Again, Monday's class, I should repeat this once again. It will lead to a lot of confusion. So Monday itself, directly I will start. Got this? Great. So in the Hibernate, these mappings we should complete, and after that we are moving forward to your Springs. After Springs, your course is completed. So again, I'm telling you, my friends, that you should not wait till the course get completed. All of this is like a feather in your hat, more feathers in your hat. So if you have a core Java knowledge, make sure that you apply for the companies and get placed as soon as possible. Because sitting for a class will never end. You should understand that. Learning will never end. And I'll just tell you one thing there. To learn Code Java entirely, end to end, do you know how many days is required? How many months is required? In how many months you have learned Code Java? Some 2.5 months, 3 months? 3 months you have learned? Great. 3 months you have learned Code Java. You'll get shocked when I tell this. To learn only Code Java, 3 months is not sufficient. And how much you need? 3 years. How much? 3 years. That much is the content of your core Java. If you go and check approximately how many classes are there, there are total of 5,000 inbuilt classes are there. Do you know Stream API? You don't know. Do you know Lambda expression? You don't know. Do you know functional interfaces? Do you know functional interfaces? Some of you know, some of you don't know. Do you know what is swings? Do you know what you mean by applets? Do you know what you mean by transient keyword? Do you know what you mean by serialization, deserialization? You have seen serializable interface. There is one more guy known as externalizable interface. Do you know a buffered reader is there? Buffered writer is there? Do you know? File input stream is there and file output stream is there. All of this is there. Correct? Means what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm just giving you the glimpse. There is a huge content in Code Java, but we have to be very smart. If in case, if I take Code Java for 3 years, you only think what will happen. That is why we have to be smart. What concepts in Code Java are used in the industry? What concepts are being asked in the interview? That is what we have covered. And if you know all of these concepts, it is more than sufficient to crack any interviews out there. But is it a full stop to your Code Java? The answer is no. The same thing for your JDBC as well. The same thing for your JEE as well. Is there an end? No. You go on learning, new concepts will go on adding. The same thing from frameworks as well. If I have to teach you only Hibernate, I need 1.5 years. How much? 1.5 years. But we have to be smart. What is required for you as a fresher to get into a company? What is required to code a beautiful project? That is what we have to learn. The same thing for Springs as well. Spring is just one heading. In that, there is a Spring Core, Spring MVC, Spring AOP, Spring ORM, Spring Security, Spring Forms, Spring Boot. So many things are there. Just to understand your Spring framework, I need 4 years. How much? 4 years. But we have to be very smart. What is required for you to get into company? What companies or the industry will use the Spring? That is what we have to learn. That is the smartness. And again, I'm telling you, learning is a never-ending thing. And that to you as being a developer, learning every day will be there. But that is why your main focus should be what? Getting into the company. And after that, you learn so many things. If you don't learn also, the companies will make you learn. That much confidence I'm having. So your main focus is to how to get placed. So please go there, work for it and get your placement as soon as possible. Forget about me. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for TAP Academy. Don't do it for yourself. At least do it for your 2 beautiful souls. And they're waiting for a long, long time. That's your father and mother. Please do it. And if you are facing any issues with regard to technical, with regard to placement, it's your duty to come and approach us. You should do it. Resume, sir, my resume is not getting shortlisted. There is a problem. Say, every day, I will see how the market is. I'll ask my friends. I will look at all of these sites. First Naukri, Indeed, LinkedIn, everywhere. This is what the data tells. Companies are less at this point of time. But compared to 2023, companies are better. But not exactly all the companies are coming and recruiting. You should understand that. Means the supply is more out there, the engineers are more out there. The thing is, how you will beat all those engineers and get placed depends on you. How? You should do more practice. That is when you can beat the other engineers. If you are thinking that just by working 2 hours, 3 hours, I can get placed. Maybe if you are lucky, you'll get placed. But there are so many people out there who will work 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours. They work. I'm not telling you people to work, but I'm telling you there are people who will work these many hours. Those people can beat you like this because their hard work is one step better than you. That is why you have to increase the level of practice. And if I have to give one example, usually what happens is when our holidays is there, I'm a cricket player, I'll go to play matches, leather ball. So usually, every week, 2 to 3 days, I'll go for the nets for the practice. So from morning 8 o'clock till 6:30, my class will be there. So after 6:30, I take classes for IT employees as well. There's a company known as Emphasis. There is a company known as Brilio. For them, I'll give the training, IT-based training. So some 8:30, I will be free. So I'll go for nets at 9 o'clock. So from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock, I practiced. And I'm so proud of myself, I just told to myself that, Kshitij, you are doing a great job, man. Keep it up. After completing the practice, I was about to come. At 11 o'clock, I'm speaking. There are 4 people entering the next session there. At what time? 11 o'clock. And I asked them, till what time you are practicing? They told that, say from morning to evening, I'll be office. I'll be so busy. So this is the time where I have to practice. Till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I'll be practicing till morning. And I just asked them that what you are doing. He told that I'm into Karnataka Ranji team. That is what he told. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if you think that you are the most hardworking person in the room, there are so many people who will do a better hardworking than you. And those people can easily beat you. And your skill, your practice should be so hard that you go for the company should put one red carpet and they should welcome you. That should be your practice level. That is how you have to prepare. What else work you have? Tell me. What else work you have? You left your cities, your districts, your towns, your families came here just to get that job. And to get that job, what has to be done? It has to be done right. Living that, what other work you have? What other work? Are you a businessman that you have a meeting from morning to evening? No. Are you working in a non-technical job? No. Your focus is just to get a job. How many hours you have to practice? It is there in your hand. And now you'll tell, sir, when I'm practicing, sir, I will not get focus. There is no teachings in the world wherein no one will tell you how to focus. They'll give a suggestion. Exercise every day. Eat great food. Meditate. This is how you can focus. Meditating is not that easy. Again, you have to train your mind that way. So you do whatever the hell you want. 1 hour you practice, 2 hour you practice. This is too much. And there are students coming from September, October, November. If September means it's almost the 8th month, correct? October means 7th month, November means 6th month. This is too much. So I will give you a time, and today is what date? 19. I'll just give you 15 days time. What you will do, I don't know. At least one offer letter should be there in your hand. At least you should be able to go for last round till HR round. You have to try it, you have to do it. And whatever support is required from our end, 100% support will be given to you. But placement, please do it as soon as possible. Got this? Great. So I'll stop my discussion here itself. So in Monday's class, we'll understand all of this practically. Till then, keep coding, keep smiling. Thank you.